Caribe Hard Cider. Moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Grab your Eagle Ray hard seltzer, because we're about to take a deep dive.
Eagle Ray hard seltzer.
New depth of refreshment.
Eagle Ray hard seltzer.
Take a deep dive.
Eagle Ray hard seltzer.
Lemon, pineapple, passion fruit.
Eagle Ray
Hard seltzer.
Eagle Ray hard seltzer.
New depths of refreshment.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Sip and Chat right here at the Sugar Factory with us, your faves, Azem, and of course Jade. When you go in a detail CPL matter store and think it's Beyonce Johnson, I was really wondering if I was gonna remember that. Because it's been
You ain't said it such a long time.
I've been saying it in such a long time, but I am happy that I got to that. Big up to the Kingsters in the King Club, and of course the Sippers, without whom none of this would be possible.
Indeed. I met some yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah. People kept saying, where are you from? Like, I did, at that point, I just stopped telling them where.
Oh, well, let's talk about our weekends. What was happening yesterday?
I think, well, so I went to Park Hyatt to do some work for my client, which is Clifton Estate from Nevis.
Oh.
Big up Clifton Estate one time for
Big
the
up.
good drinks them. Yeah, boy, them people was running through them drinks. And funny enough, right, when me and my boss was talking about it, we were like, boy, I hope we got enough. We had enough, right?
But Bailey?
We made it. We made it.
it.
They were pounding them drinks. Yeah. But I think it was the start of restaurant week.
Right.
So they had different restaurants over there. They had different local alcohol suppliers. You know, it was a good time. Saw some good people.
Besides the Clifton Estate beverages?
So I really keep being impressed by what's the band that Vakilan Estate is a part of?
New Horizons?
Oh my God. Azem, I finally figured out what I want for my wedding. I don't have a husband yet. However, if God does ever bless me with a husband, I need New Horizon band to serenade us. Right. Also, the cultural aspects, so they had like the masquerade and they had the what do you call them?
Actors?
Yes, the actors. The actors was acting.
Yeah. They generally put the fear of God in some people.
But yeah, those were the things that, and of course the food, because.
Yeah, but like what food stood out? Like there was any particular restaurant?
I had some food from Marriott. Really good.
Really? Nice.
I had some food from Carambola. Really good.
Oh, Faithfuls.
Yeah. I don't know. I almost had a double, but because of how busy we were, I didn't get to eat it, so I don't know if it was good or not.
No, a double?
Yeah.
From here?
I don't know. I was too busy to
even check.
Yeah. And then we also had some ice cream from iQueen.
Well, yeah.
Listen.
Celeste.
Always some of the best ice cream, eh? But yeah, it was a good event.
Jade, we have our
Yes, we have our Sugar Factory cups, you know.
Yeah, big up to our sippers overseas.
Yeah.
A sipper in the USVI got this for us, and we greatly appreciate them.
Bless them.
Yeah, but that sounds like fun.
It was fun, honestly. It was great fun, I can't lie. Restaurant week is happening all week. So guys, make sure you go take advantage of the participating restaurants. Eat some good food. The theme is pineapple, and I love me some pineapple.
Okay. There's pineapples.
Yeah. Oh, funny enough, we were singing that song this morning.
Yeah, imagine that. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm actually gonna be looking at the list and seeing what I can find
Them was-
partaking this weekend.
Yeah, and
this
you
week.
would have really liked yesterday, but you was busy with your granny.
Oh yeah, yesterday was my grandma's 24th birthday, and so we had a celebration for her, which was really cool. People came in from all over the place. Like there's so much people, and people was vexed because they couldn't come, so like we had to stream it. There was just no way that we would have been able to hold everybody in the place. So
Wow, it was that big.
yeah, it was.
Your granny's a celebrity.
So it seems.
You didn't know?
To
You
me,
find out yesterday.
to me, she's just mom. No, but I mean, one thing is, when you live your life a certain way, and you live for such a long time, like you pick up very strong relationships, and there's a lot of people who really have these 20, 30-year relationships, 40-year, 50-year relationships with my grandmom, and they're very strong, very lasting. She's definitely one of a kind, but you can tell, like, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think that really helps to foster these relationships that last so long, because you know exactly where you're getting when you're dealing with Mary. Right? So
Anybody named Mary, I don't know.
yeah, but it was amazing. My siblings are here. I think it's the first time all of my siblings have been in the same place at the same time.
It's not like you have a lot of siblings mingling too.
You have enough. But I'm starting to wonder if it's ever happened.
That all of them were in the same place?
Like all of us been in the same place.
Sometimes it takes things like these for that to happen,
It maybe happened, but it hasn't happened in at least 25 years.
25 years is a long time.
So it probably has never happened. I'm now thinking that this might have been.
No, 25 years is a long time, Man, if you know.
Wow, this is the first time I'm actually really.
Thinking about it?
Yeah. Like I knew it hasn't happened in a while, but now I'm thinking this might have been the only time. Because, yeah, my sister is the youngest. Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened where all of us, all of my siblings have been in the same place at the same time. So.
Well, it needs to happen more often.
Yeah, definitely. I think after this trip, like we're trying to make sure that does happen. Your family, does the family reunions? Any of your families, any side?
Yeah, my mom's side, actually, they're planning one currently, so. My mom's side always having family reunions, so.
It does be like real family reunions, or it'll be like family reunions, which is like family picnics that last like a week.
No, it's actual planned with shirts.
Oh, okay,
You don't want the
yeah.
shirts to
Once you
come
have a shirt, then it's official.
Yeah, yep.
You have to have a shirt, otherwise your family reunion is just a gathering
Yeah,
of family members on a weekend.
a lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can't call it a family reunion.
No, but
The people got to fly in, and then you got to see people that you never knew existed.
listen, sometimes y'all need to start going to these family reunions, because that's when you find out the man you're troubling or the
Let
girl
me
that's
tell
troubling
you
you.
something.
is your
something.
cousin.
You do not go to these family gatherings, see anybody that you find attractive, and approach them.
Just act like it never happened.
You just know, well, I got some good-looking people in my family.
That's all.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's it, and that's all.
Because when you're approaching them, you're making it weird.
Look, it's not a guarantee that the person related to you, Kind of once out, you always have a
I
one.
can assume that if you
No.
in my family reunion, you automatically have
The odds are very high that they are related.
quite so.
Yeah, so you leave that alone. But yeah, we had a great time, my family, and yeah, I think for me it was at a time where I feel like I just losing a lot of people like way too early. Like it was good to see like one, we were able to celebrate a long, like fruitful life,
Yeah.
and two, it didn't take unfortunate like
Circumstances
for us to celebrate.
Yeah,
to
I was
celebrate
actually
such.
celebrating
Yeah,
a life that is
man.
alive.
Yeah, man. Hey, big up to Mamba.
Bye. Bring up Mary one time,
Let
happy
me
birthday.
have right there. Yeah.
So may I see your sense what I liked. I was about to say that. Where was I about to like to the people? We haven't been here together
Yeah, it's been a while.
since before Music Festival.
Yeah. Like about the week before Music Fest.
Yeah, because you went to do Music Festival things, you know.
Yeah, I was a little busy.
A little. A little.
I was a little busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Azem was doing his actual job.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't think you have that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the rumors are quite interesting.
Oh, which ones have you heard?
You know the long-standing one that I'm a drug dealer.
That one ain't really working out.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the patience.
To sell drugs? Or to
Sell
deal with the
drugs,
people you're selling the drugs to?
That's it. That is it right there, Jade. Like, that is the problem right there.
What else? What other rumors have you heard?
No, like there's always the rumors. Like most of them have to do with me doing illegal things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, just to let people know that's not actually what he does.
Yeah.
He does musical things.
Yeah. So yeah, that was quite interesting.
Well, tell the people what you did for Music Festival.
I was production manager.
Manager, production manager. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like you said, this is kind of like what I do, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes when you guys miss me, that's kind of what is happening. Like I run around and do that.
Yeah, when I say Azem off doing Azem things, this is the things that I'm speaking about.
Yeah. So actually been trying to build that out along with trying to bring some people from here with me as well. One of the things that I always found interesting, especially when I was touring, I always love to see. I was touring with Jamaicans, so we do a lot of reggae festival, and you'll just see like everybody know everybody, right? And it's a very small industry when you think about it. And even now where we have a lot of Caribbean people being in like senior positions on some of these tours, like you have Jamaicans who touring with Davido, and Jamaicans touring with like Justin Bieber and like Taylor Swift and like Trinidadians and things. So it's like the Caribbean people involved in production, like we're involved in everything. So when you're moving around and you're seeing it, I never used to find nobody from St. Kitts. There was one guy from Nevis that I would run into. There's one guy from Nevis that I would run into who used to play. At the time he was playing with, who he was playing with at the time? At one point he was playing with Taurus Riley, and then at another time he was playing with Conscience. Might have been Conscience. He was touring with at the time. And so I used to just be so happy when he had the show.
Oh my God, a familiar face.
One countryman. Well, I mean, by this time everybody familiar, but it's like, so I've been making it a point to try and like drag along some people with me now.
As you should.
And that's been going really well. So, because I had the opportunity, like when I came back to the Caribbean, my reputation was in rock music. Like I didn't have any reputation in the Caribbean, and it was a friend of mine here who started like taking me when he was going on things, and that helped to kind of build back my name in the region, right? So yeah, I'm kind of paying that forward.
As you should, friend. As you should.
You can't dead without the knowledge.
No, that would be wasteful.
Yeah, so that's been really cool, seeing that kind of development. But yeah, music festival, it was
a time boy.
Yeah, it was cool. I think music festival, for the most part, was definitely a lovely experience. I went to St. John last week. I spoke to a lot of people who were at the music festival. A lot of people came from the USVI. St. Thomas and Side is full of St. Kitts people.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you come like anywhere you go, you're full of St. Kitts people.
We all over,
We're all over. There's definitely more Kittitians outside of St. Kitts than living on the
They
rock.
can't fit it. They all can't fit you. No, we would sink.
And the reviews were all like really positive. And so I'm thinking 25 years in the books, it's been a success. I'm actually very hopeful about the next 25.
Me too.
I do believe that we need to make some changes. And I do believe that is the intention of the committee.
Okay.
So I do think that, because let me tell you something, and I'm going to talk candid. Them other islands, they're coming, them other islands, they
Oh
come
no,
in.
they're coming for Winneck, of course.
They don't like to hear it, but I tell you, like St. Lucia, I think St. Lucia is, I think in their meetings, they go, we got out to sing it. It's like, I
But
think,
yeah, Dominica too, you know.
I think Dominica is kind of coming in that area there, but
Yeah.
I think St. Lucia, the way that they're putting their thing together is cool. I really believe that we need to start a festival in Nevis. Maybe we need to talk to Mark about it, because I have the perfect idea. I spoke to somebody over there already about
You
it.
know we could make that happen.
Yeah, but I think I have the perfect like idea for like something in
Yeah, we can set it up. We can set it up. We can say it here because they're going to TV.
Oh no.
We can set it up.
Don't TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. What some of your stand-up performances? Because you're talking about what I was involved in. You was the one smoozing and liming and hanging out with all the big stars them. You talk to them more than me?
Not exactly what I was doing.
That's exactly what you were doing. I look around, Jade was just like hanging out with another star. I was like, but they're talking like as if they're your childhood friends.
Well,
That's what was going on, Jade.
I'm a likable person, Azem.
I look around, one artist, the two of y'all sharing a pineapple. I was like, what going on?
What?
What going on here?
Azem, like,
What going on here? Like, I look over, I was like,
a pineapple.
I thought y'all had history.
A
was like-
pineapple.
I said, well, I don't. So maybe y'all were like,
A pineapple, though.
so maybe childhood sweethearts or something.
Your
'cause
friend, me so lucky. You think I'd be here?
I don't know, maybe you messed up.
No. I don't know, back.
Maybe you messed up like
But you're me afraid to back, you know.
I keep saying. I wonder what the OR girl saying to herself now. Man.
Bye. I know she probably vexed by but I mean, thankfully she was akin to his success in some ways, because if he was the girl from OR, you know, we never got these lot of songs.
He would have just been a FB girl, a bird rock girl or something.
And then hitting like the OR girls them. Yeah, but definitely Byron was one of my stand-up performances. I've been like so proud. It's like watching somebody just like we all feel like we just watching a little brother just take over the world.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I was watching yesterday his performance with Popcorn. Yeah, and then when Burna Boy DJ played his song and everybody was just belting it out.
Yeah.
That's crazy to watch, eh? Like I don't think people understand the gravity of what Byron is doing.
No, people don't understand, but but I don't even really blame them too much.
Yeah,
because not even about a custom, but it's perspective, right? So I remember a few years ago, like I had a situation at a music festival, and the way when I reacted, I responded, people are just like, "Why?" I'm like, "Look, like this is an amazing experience here, music festival. It's unique in the Caribbean, probably the best musical experience in the Caribbean."
Probably, like
Right?
without being biased.
But you do realize there's stages where you're standing in front of more people than the entire population of St. Kitts.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what is happening where with this song is, like, think about that. Like, there are more people in one place singing this song at the exact same time in unison than the entire population of St. Kitts.
Yeah. That song they like you going crack by. That they got the world on a
Because it's juxtaposition, right? It's juxtaposition, like, and when you have that combination of, because there's a lot of songs like that has that kind of feel. When you have those songs that are maybe a little on the dark side in terms of content, but just feel happy-go-lucky.
Oh yeah, cause what
The first you go na na na.
I'm telling you what.
Nah,
Forgetting that I sing about killing 12 people.
Yeah. Minimum.
Yeah.
So, but that juxtaposition, like, is definitely well noted as being one of the things that take songs to another level.
That is true.
But forget that, like, the dude is talented,
The
man.
man just very talented. You know how I know we made it? The Jamaicans fully beefing off over Byron at this point, like fully.
I'm loving it because.
But yeah. You see
really-
that we billboard and Photoshop it in.
Yes.
Now, man, Manly, when they beat us in, they go up. Yo. You're funny, boy, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. The little beef is fun. And of course, like, well, you know, this is very satisfying for me because I have a lot of Jamaican friends involved in music, right? So, so there was this running joke when I was on tour, like about, you know, we being like the Soca Island. I'm like, no, that's Trinidad.
That is definitely Trinidad.
That's Trinidad. We have something that, if y'all heard it, I don't know if your waistlines will be able to handle it. Y'all accustomed to like skanking and stuff.
Yeah, no, we just walk up over here.
Yeah, over here is walking up. Like, me, if y'all can handle that.
Yeah.
So, no, I said, but I thought y'all said it's the.
But we said,
I thought y'all said it's the soca.
but we sang the beast.
But
We're gonna hear.
biggest song in dance, yes. Oh. I've been having those conversations and having lots of fun as well.
But they're holding on to their life for the 2 months, you know. The little 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing.
So I'm really looking to see.
What is he gonna do?
Yeah, where this goes, like where his career goes.
No. I see him having a long, successful career because again, he's
not a fluke.
talented as well.
It's not a fluke.
No, people talking about one hit wonder. No, go look again. Go look again. I think y'all misunderstand.
Not only that, and I keep telling people this all the time. I don't have a problem with somebody being a one hit wonder. I'd rather them be that than a no hit nobody.
Okay.
Right?
Next time somebody tell me, I said, but how much hits you got?
No.
How much?
No, but one hit and this level. This ain't just a hit, Jade.
No,
this
this ain't
is a phenomenon.
Bye.
And the thing about it is, like I said, I believe that he really does have songs that has even wider appeal.
To me too.
Some of the songs that he has recorded before, I think now that people are going and exploring his catalog, like people becoming fans of some of those other music as well.
Because I keep telling people,
I think they need to do a re-release.
I think they should too.
I think they need to do a re-release of some of the older songs.
Yeah, like Vent and
Toxic.
Toxic will clean up, you know. Yeah. Toxic will clean up for sure. Like I keep telling people, my favorite song ain't even Taliban. My favorite song is Marley Circle.
Yep, that's another one.
But yeah, that's a hit there. But you were asking what other artists were favorite of mine? Valiant for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
What? By Valiant, let me forget that you're working. Capo to watch you. This is the first time in my life.
Oh no, I saw Capo. I didn't understand what was happening.
But Capo nearly climb up on the stage. Capo was so close to get up on the stage.
I really think Valiant is necessary in dancehall.
I think so too, bye.
I think Valiant is very necessary in dancehall.
Yeah, who else?
We need some of those stars.
Yeah, that man ain't missing, you know. Like we've had dancehall stars that we're looking at that have big songs, but then between there we like probably wouldn't have it.
No, I think dancehall had a very like a good 3 to 5 year lull. Where if I ask you like after Popcorn.
Oh, cause that was my answer. Whoever was gonna ask me, that was my answer.
So between Popcorn and Valiant, who were the artists who were really taking dancehall like?
They would say Skilly and Skeng, but
no, but that's the same class, right?
Yeah.
In my mind, that's like Skilly, Skeng, Valiant. That's that class.
So it was between there.
You had
What am I name? That was like a turtle. What am I? I feel like a snapping turtle.
There was I could come up with.
Help me. Why the man that look like a snapping
I
turtle?
don't know who you're talking about, Jade. Nobody can say it. Bailey said the man look like a snapping turtle. These people might be my clients in like a week or two.
Facts.
Actually, yeah, maybe in 2 weeks.
His name is
But there are few, but there were very few.
Chronicler.
Okay, Chronicler, yeah. But
you look like a snapping turtle? That's what I mean, okay?
No. I'm saying Chronicler is.
Major.
I think he's.
Yeah, Chronicler was between them.
But I think he's in his run. Like.
And Squash is squashing him. He picked.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say Squash.
Okay, well, never mind then.
There were a few. Others, like there was 3 that I couldn't manfully.
You know who was doing it? The Trinidad artists.
Yeah, I think things kind of went down to Trinidad as well.
Yeah, things went down to Trinidad for a while because like we had Swanee, we had what the people that died.
Really and truly, my mind is just Swanee.
Okay.
Not saying that there wasn't always big songs.
He was before Swanee. Oh, it was Swanee and another person at the same time.
Okay.
His name won't come to me.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like I think that dancehall needed stars.
Yeah.
Right? It needed some stars that would that you couldn't associate with just a one or two songs. Or that you could just say that they're doing it because, well, they were the only ones doing it. Like songs that really that we're gonna sing in 20 years. Like we needed those. Like the same day Popcorn, like we're gonna be singing, same day with Cartel, you know, you're gonna be singing them songs for the next 20, 30, 40
when
years,
I,
right?
while I clean and I was in a special Black Cartel song.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So I think they needed those type of staples in dancehall. I think Valiant is definitely.
Oh, yeah, Valiant hard by that pen game. Woo!
Yeah. A lot of people was looking at Skilly and thinking
What's happening of it?
yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, if I'm having interacted with Skilly, like his spirit is just so refreshing, eh?
Oh.
Like
We didn't get to interview him because he didn't go to the press conference, and then by the time he performed it was so late. So it was like but
yeah, but his energy and character, like I think it was very refreshing. And it was just a pleasure, like just interacting with him for me personally. Because I wasn't a huge fan
of him before.
of him. Like no, well, there were songs that I liked, right? But in terms of being a fan, but yeah, having met him, I think.
Sometimes I literally just change your perspective on artists, you know, because
And you could go one way or the other.
yeah, cause I remember I used to love your songs, and then I met him and I was like, that man is garbage, boy. Wow. Hot sewage waste.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Wow.
but you know, yeah.
Nobody clip this and send it to Trent.
No, make you. I want him to know that I hate him, like passionately. Who else was good? I gotta stop talking like this. I forget you don't actually have to deal with him. Who else was really good to me? The reggae artist, boy. Listen, Romain Virgo, right?
I believe Romain Virgo is one of the best best performers, hands down.
Boy, far boy.
I think Tawas always puts on a good show. Very comfortable on stage, but Romain always just
Oh
takes it to a level.
boy, the man singing, the way he does just interact and work.
No. That's a
Bring
real.
him back next year, boy.
He's a true performer. Like,
Yeah.
He's one of them people that young artists need to study.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I would
Definitely.
say.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, Grams Morgan always put on a good show. I don't think I got to see much of it because I was busy working.
The thing I like about Gramps is that we see the Derek Morgan line continuing.
Yeah, his sons.
Yeah, so the sons are now on tour with him. Jamiri been on tour with him for a while. The funny thing is, I was mixing them when Jamiri had his first performance. His first performance on stage with his dad, like I was there. I was in Anguilla, I think it might have been 2014 or 15, something like that. And then now I'm there again when his son has his first performance. So yes, it's been cool seeing that progression. His son actually got a nice voice too.
Yeah. And of course, I love Burnout because, you know, the man came with a whole show. Dancers.
Dancers who does sing,
Watch your.
the marching band, the percussionist.
Listen, that man had everything, you know. And I loved Chronics and I loved Coffee. I loved Chronics because his was like, it wasn't a lot of hype and moving around. It was just like, he here to sing.
I think he presents his music in a way that is outside of what we in the Caribbean tend to expect from artists. Like we like to see artists run around and jump up and kick around. But I always tell people, like, one of the most powerful performers in Calypso was Shadow. And Shadow would just put the mic in the mic stand and sing, and the man would literally, the man win Calypso shows like that, where you're getting points for things like stage presence.
And the man just standing up.
But there's artists that command the stage in that particular way.
But just, Chronics had me just want to go over in the smoker section and just burn the biggest spliff I could find and just mids. Just don't do not, just, you know, reflect on life and thing, you know?
Yeah.
Sure, me lax them a couple times and so.
Yeah. And I think that he's really kind of cementing himself, particularly outside of the Caribbean, as one of the go-to acts, right?
You know what is one of my favorite songs that I don't know if a lot of people know? It's with Chronix and Malik Sabre.
What song that is?
I'm gonna look it up now. Chronix and
It's almost like everybody got a favorite Connect song, eh? And I think that speaks.
sorry,
to,
Maverick Sabre.
what's,
You ever hear that song?
No, what's it called?
Azem, that's a song by. It's called Her Grace.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna send it to you so you can listen to it.
Yeah. And yes, I think well, to be honest, that's one of my criticisms of the festival.
Wait, what?
One of my criticisms of the festival. I think we've been sending a lot of money to Jamaica.
But this was a regular song fest. Watch here, the only thing they left is for Cartel to come out.
Yeah, and I think there's reasons for that. Like, not necessarily that was the aim, the initial aim, but I think that there's definite intention to not make that the staple going forward, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, this year there were definitely a lot of Jamaicans, which I understand because a lot of what we listen to here is Jamaican based, right?
Definitely.
So I understand that. We like a lot of Jamaican people. A lot of people's favorite artists when you stop and check it out is
The Jamaican.
the Jamaican, whether it's Barry's Hammond,
Ooh.
whether it's Chronix, whether it is
Vibes Cartel himself.
Skeng, right? Right. So for a lot of people, that's what it is. But even taking it away from that, I want to make special mention of 3-1.
Them there clean up the stage, man.
Right.
Listen, you realize, I don't know why he come out in the shot fire, you know. You realize he's all come outside in a shot and 3 seconds later the shot was gone?
I think it was more like 6 seconds, Jade. It was more like 6 seconds.
6, not 3, okay.
It was more like 6 seconds. Let's not.
I'm cutting it down a little bit too
Yeah,
much.
let's
sorry.
but it was definitely around 6 to 7 seconds, and then the shot was. I don't even know where the shot went.
Bye.
You.
Shot gone off. Cool so. Cool so. I said, hey, whoa. We can't, listen. It's supposed to be a kid-friendly show, eh? What are we doing?
And of course, I think what had so much people excited was the return of Chemist. Chemist has not been on a stage
In a while.
in a while. As a matter of fact, there were a lot of people who didn't expect to see Chemist there. And when Highlight came out, it was just.
Pandemonium.
It was definitely a highlight.
Bye.
Right, it was definitely a highlight.
You know, I think 313 definitely cemented themselves in people's minds as one of the groups them that just have hits upon hits. Like they have some artists over there. They have some artists in that
Let me
camp.
tell you something, right? And I just say this all the time, and I say it again. As much of a cult following that Highlight has, right? How there's people, Chemists forever,
Those are nothing bad about that man.
Chemists forever.
They're gonna find you.
So as much love and appreciation as a lot of people have for Chemist, I believe Chemist is still one of the most underrated songwriters.
Listen, you know, a lot of people ain't even realize that he is the person who mixed and mastered Taliban.
Yeah. Yeah. And not only that, you know, like I said, the songwriting,
The pen game up, man.
I don't see a lot of people who are able to. One of the critiques I have of dancehall music generally is that it is very boxed in.
Yeah.
So a lot of these songs have very similar, not only topics, but the way that it's expressed.
Yeah.
The same. It's almost like you could finish the sentences before. You know, the words are gonna be used and things. You listen to Chemist songs. You could tell if something happened and he just inspiration and he just wrote. And I think one of the things that I really want to see for us here is songwriting camps to become popular. I think that we have a lot of people that they break into the industry on an international level might be more through songwriting as opposed to them being an artist themselves.
And that's fine.
Right? No, because that could be a start. Look at like Neo and things
Yeah.
like those people started out as songwriters.
What the guy from St. Thomas, what's his name?
Or not Avalanche.
No, what? No, Avalanche.
No, I know he producing for all kind of people right now.
Oh no. I'm talking about him.
Oh, for RCT.
Yeah.
Tio and RCT.
Yeah, RCT.
Yeah.
The man pen game hard too, you know.
The two of them is the two brothers.
Yeah.
The two brothers that write the songs. And I mean they're writing for everybody from Beyonce to Rihanna to Maroon 5. Like that is definitely, look, the Caribbean is just full of creativity. It's in with blood, it's in the environment around us. Like we can't escape from it. It's just part of who we are as Caribbean people, right?
That's a fact.
So much. The Caribbean is the place on this planet that is the truest sense of a melting pot, right? Like even if you go to like America, like places like New York and thing, where you have people from all over the world coming to certain places, but in a lot of cases, those people, they hold on to their tradition as they should, and that is admirable.
Yeah.
Right? So you could go to a Spanish town, Irish part of town, China part of town, and those traditions are held from Africans, all of that. In the Caribbean, because of our history and the way that things develop over time, we can't, you can't separate it no more.
No.
Like you could barely separate, you can't separate our European heritage from our African heritage, and then the Indian influence and the Chinese influence. So like just by the nature of what we have, like, is this big smush of all these cultures, and whatever we do is really actually very relatable to people from all these cultures, right?
Yeah.
Like we can't escape it. So the creativity is just built into our DNA at this point. And I really want to see like more songwriting, script writing. These are the things that I think we could really see more and more people breaking out into these like entertainment spaces, doing those type of things. Choreography, those kind of things. Yeah.
Well, speaking of legendary musicians, we cannot end the show without speaking about the death of one of them.
Yeah.
Mr. Mick Stokes unfortunately passed away, and it just feels like a lot of death has been happening surrounding us.
There's been heaviness. There's been heaviness, right? There's I think when I generally move around and you talk to people, there's a heavy feeling.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've had some blows that hurt deep. With Mick, so I have this thing where I like talk to old people.
You love it, yeah?
Yeah, that's that thing for me. Like I like talking to older people, and Mick was one of the persons that I spent a lot of time like talking to, just about his experiences as a musician. The jazz brass and all of these things. But even more so, like I've played in bands with Mick for years, right? We started royalties when I was in CFB. And a few years into us doing royalties, Mick joined. And I think what Mick brought was that level of experience, level of professionalism. He taught a lot of us how to perform. Like musicians could go up and play, singers could go up and sing. But being able to present the music in a way that entertains and draw people in and thing, and a lot of people will have that naturally. He had it naturally, and not only that, he was able to teach it. And just kind of being around him, you're kind of...
Yeah, you're going to pick it up.
Yeah, you're going to pick it up. You're going to pick it up, you know? So he was always like an uncle to me. First time on Music Fest, the first time I played Music Fest, Mick was on the drums. First time I played Music Fest, years and years ago. Mick was the one who was playing with me on that stage, back up like Anastasia and Canvas and thing. And all through the years, he stayed he was one of the guys who was just very impactful on almost every notable young musician. Like he had a role to play in their development in some way, and that's definitely a huge loss for the music fraternity. I don't think we're gonna ever see another Mick, someone who was so talented as a drummer, as a writer, as a singer, like as a performer. Yeah, he just was one of a kind, and I think it's a huge loss for us. And the term that's been used, legend. I think it's quite fitting. I think it's quite fitting. I was in St. John, and I got the news.
It's always me, no?
Yeah.
It's always me.
I got the news, and I remember I was sitting behind the console, and somebody come and ask me like, "Oh, can I do like, look at you doing?" I said, I just kind of found out, lost a friend back home, and we spoke for a little bit, and she mentioned it to the director of the festival. And like by the next day, like he started coming to me and he was like, "Boss, we gotta find a way to do like a tribute or something, cause yeah, I didn't know it was Mick. Like I didn't understand it was Mick." And like again, it's not just a matter that there's a lot of Kititians down there and divisions down there, but he left his mark in the VI, right? In the VI. So when the word started going around, like, yeah, there was all this talk about, how they could do something, maybe a moment of silence or whatever. And that just speaks to his level of impact, that it was Caribbean-wide. Caribbean-wide, I talked to people who was at Brassaramas back in in the 70s, and they would mention Mick. He had this drummer, this short drummer, like, yeah, man, like, he was like the engine in the back there.
Bye.
And so like his impact, I think, is not only geographically wide, but I think in this sense of time is going to live on in generations. Not only just because of what he did and the people seeing him, but all these musicians that he helped to impact.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely legendary. His impact. So.
Yeah, and we also lost, unfortunately, we lost a sipper. Tap, please.
Oh.
Yeah. The farmer.
There's so much other things that is just like, and that was. That didn't come to my mind. When you see a man got all them things behind him, it's like, what kind of life he was living?
Listen.
When you find time to put all them things behind him.
Are you sure when they're reading the death announcement, right? That's about half an hour,
Oh, yeah.
They got to read out everything that was after him.
Unfortunately, because of the time taken on the titles, we will not say who he lives to greet to mourn.
Because even that there, I could imagine the list.
Yeah, but yeah, that was another one. And look, I think when we start talking about people in these positions, right? Sometimes we have a tendency to kind of make it very ceremonial and very just like, oh, the title. But the man himself, right? The man himself, the way he lived his life, the way he... There's not a lot of people who, no matter who you talk to, has a sense of respect. It don't matter what side of the political aisle, what age range, but the people who interacted with him, knew him, dealt with him, is always a sense of respect. Yeah. And he was a sipper.
Yeah, but oh God.
Yeah, very, very, very much into what we were doing. Would always send his blessing, and it was his support.
Yeah.
I remember in one particular time when I was getting questioned on some of the comments that I made, I was like, if you don't believe me, just talk to Tapley. He doesn't listen every day.
Did you think we like?
Go talk to Tapley then. He'll tell you what the tone of what I was saying was. Like,
Ask my question.
Yeah, talk to the Gigi, man. That's a flex. That's a big flex, right?
Yeah. Talk to God in general.
Well, yeah, you want to know what I'm dealing with? Just
Talk to God in general. You know, he could tell you.
yeah, but it's definitely been a season
Of death, boy, and then we had all these accidents. Like, oh my God.
Okay,
Bro.
watch it, Jade. Watch it. Has it not been like 4 months of coming in here religiously,
Saying,
daily,
"Aya, slow down."
talking about these accidents? I don't understand.
Why do we going? Why do we wishing to go? We want them shot, you know?
Let me tell you something, Jade. What makes traffic accidents so sad is the fact that they're so unnecessary.
Very much unnecessary, you know? You know, there's a page on TikTok, right, that has a bunch of traffic accidents. Now, as a non-driver, right, I still find it very fascinating to look at these pages and see how these things could be avoided. Like, all of them is human error. We just not taking the time to either check or, you know, pay attention or slowing down.
There's too much speed.
Yeah.
To be honest, most of these accidents, right, come about because people just, like you said, aren't paying attention. They're distracted either by their phones, distracted by something in the vehicle, whether it is a passenger, a child in the back, whatever it is.
Another vehicle.
A girl in a short skirt on the side.
Lord.
Let's not ignore that.
No, I don't play. Listen, as in sometimes, right, I walk in, many man on a short skirt, but you know, man is a hot girl, so you know, the man ain't gonna look. Sometimes I just walk in minding my business, right, and man breaking the neck. I say, you see what accident could happen? Because before you watch the window, yeah.
That's a concern. Sir, why are you looking at me? Pay attention.
Eyes on the road.
I know I'm a hot girl, but...
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Okay? Look at the road.
Oh,
if you get an accident, me gonna laugh, you know?
No, but let me tell you something, Jade. It is crazy the amount of accidents that we've been having.
Literally.
And the problem is that we are having punctuated by some of these fender benders, some serious accidents.
Like people dying.
People are losing their life. I spoke about people falling asleep on the road. I spoke about people just driving too fast. I spoke about, and don't get me wrong, Jay, like everybody might have a lapse in concentration, but what we are seeing right now, I think, is just, it's too much.
Yeah, boy.
It's too much.
Like yesterday when me and my cousin was coming from over by Park Hyatt, 2 cars speeding going, I'm like, what y'all racing to?
No, I saved a fella life yesterday in a blue Suzuki Swift. And if you look, I don't know who he was. I should have taken a number and say it, but I was so traumatized.
The only Suzuki Swift I know,
I come in from Kayan yesterday, and coming across by, what is it, saying it's masonry products, however, that like where they make the blocks?
Yeah, masonry products. Yeah, remember the commercial?
Yeah. There's a long line of cars, which I'm fine because guess what?
Yeah.
We are going the speed limit. We're driving 40 miles an hour, going good. No problem. There's a line of cars coming in the opposite direction. But yet, I happen to look to my right and see this blue Suzuki Swift trying to overtake me. Now, first thing is, line of cars in front of me, line of cars coming, where he gonna go? So what I did, I look in my rearview mirror, there was nothing behind me, I slowed down, thinking that it would give him enough space to slip in. It didn't. It gave him enough space so that when the line of incoming cars pulled off into the bush, he came in with just enough so that he didn't still hit them. the line, like 4 cars, Jade had to pull over in the bushes while he just drove on the middle line and on his way.
Listen, cut it out, eh? Because if I kill me or anybody for me, it ain't gonna just be no oops, sorry. ain't so it work.
Jade, I see cars in places that I didn't even know cars could be.
They're supposed to be there, Azem.
There's no road there. It's like that's a gut. Right. What are you doing in
Like,
there? What the car doing down there?
I feel so sorry for the family of that young boy that lost his life, who
Friend of the show as well. Yeah.
flew out the car and went over the fence.
Jade,
We got to slow down, man.
let me tell you something, Jade. The unnecessary losses that hurt the most.
Definitely.
The unnecessary ones, like where you just
Where you know that a different decision could have been made and the person would have still been here. Come on, guys. Let's stop that. Let's
be careful.
stop
Let's
that,
be
please.
careful out there.
That's
And
all.
you have to drive for yourself and drive
And
for
people.
people.
And people.
Yesterday I was talking about when I was coming from Cairn. I was driving to Cairn. I drove in Chukeys, and I always try to make a habit of not driving too fast Chukeys, and I was driving faster than I usually drive, and like something clicked, just like slow down. Just slow down, slow down. Like you're not going to gain 10 minutes going anywhere in St. Kitts.
No, we are.
You this is what has been so telling to me. Here is a vehicle barely escaped death, right? And then 2 minutes down the road, they reach Challengers, and then you're right in front of me again. Like, we literally reaching the destination at the exact same time. But the only difference is you almost died twice. Like, that's the only difference. You almost died twice.
Crazy, right?
I don't know.
Crazy. Long time I talk about some news in St. Kitts, so let's see what's happening. So I think we did the story. Pretty sure we did the story some time back where there was some people that was arrested for bringing drugs into the country. That's how it's people, but I think customs.
We have drugs here. Oh my God.
Oh, of course not.
Oh.
Why would we have drugs?
You mean like Tylenol and so? Paracetamol?
Yeah. Ibuprofen. But there was, I think it was a boat that they discovered at the Deepwater Port that had lots of drugs on it.
Remember that?
Yes. So Trinis and Grenadian convicted on drug charges in St. Kitts and Nevis.
So what are we doing with them?
Locking them up, women. 4 foreigners were convicted in St. Kitts and Nevis on drug possession and importation charges. Judge Reynold Benjamin sentenced the 4 men who are from Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada on Monday. The men were arrested on October 4th, 2022, after a search on the MV Elizabeth C at the St. Kitts Deepwater Port led to the discovery of 801.3 kilograms of cocaine, which had a street value of 71 million. What?
They actually put the word million, or they just have the number?
They have the number.
Let me see.
So how long number is it?
Wait.
Wait, what?
No, something. Because they're saying the Cannabis was the exact same number. So that means there was one of them, they wasn't going to be the same.
One of them is a typo?
Yeah, but it seems as the 71 million was definitely involved.
Yeah, man. Coke and cannabis. It's supposed to be a legal country here with cannabis. The coke thing, yeah. But
So they want to say that, they're trying to say that coke was coming here? I don't think so.
no, I think the boat break down here. But I think it was coming here. We don't have the coke like that here. I don't think. Do they?
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either.
I wouldn't know.
You can ask about weed, but coke?
Don't ask me about nothing. All I know we just do here is water.
No, I say I know
Between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 p.m.
I was going back up to 8 p.m. for sure.
Oh boy, that's it. That's all I know.
It was down to 7, but you know, they give us a little leeway. But yeah, no, I say I know about the weed thing because, you know, we had a little section at Music Festival. Yeah, that.
Tell you now, anyway. Let me not go down that road there, yeah?
Yeah. But,
So they convict them?
Yeah.
They plead guilty?
I mean, I don't know if they pled guilty or they convicted them, but either way, it's kind of hard to deny it. You on the boat, big drugs on the boat. Somebody had to put it on the boat.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
It wasn't the Coast Guard. It's also a tricksy situation here.
So, yeah, I guess you're on the boat, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Salim Kervin Ali of Trinidad was sentenced to 2 years for importation and possession of cannabis. Peter Oliver Scotland of Trinidad was sentenced to 5 years and 4 months for possession. So I don't know which had which. Like that.
They put them all in different rooms,
They say, which one is yours?
ask them questions, right? And then based on how the stories them line up or don't line up,
They know which one is which?
they determine.
And Michael Jack was sentenced to 3 years for cannabis. They sue McFarlane of Curacao was where he come from? There's a Trinidad. How he got the what?
Plot thickens, Jade.
Well, sir. Well, he was sentenced to 8 years and 4 months for importation, possession and intent to supply cocaine, and 4 years and 10 months for. Oh, so he had both. He had to be the captain.
Whoever get the most years, most likely is captain.
Yeah. All the sentences are set to run concurrently at His Majesty's prison. Well,
welcome to St. Kitts. It's a beautiful place. I mean, you
enjoy
won't see
your
much.
stay. I mean,
You won't see much of it,
but
but...
you're going to enjoy your stay. Hey, that whole music festival, they're good.
Oh yeah, the man not get the full show down there.
Hey,
The man not get the full show.
the money good.
Ever tell you about the time the police come over in Potential and tell me to turn on the music because the prisoners was having a walk-up competition? Like I watching the policeman thinking he's joking there. The man, no, you gotta turn it down a bit. Maintain lock it off. Like you ain't lock it off, but just bring it down a little.
The man, I mean, oh, they're getting a little unruly?
The
Getting on the head and
the
so?
man them having a dancing competition. I said, me boy, but of all the things the man them could be doing,
This is pretty light.
I feel like y'all should be encouraging this.
Yeah. I feel like this is a good team building activity, actually.
I'm like, hey, they could be rioting.
But I'm waking up and I have X command. Let the people enjoy the waistline them in peace.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
I woke up competition in the prison vibes.
Priorities by
I know.
all mixed up.
Telling you, cause what I don't say, I could go see.
So you're going about the wrong thing, brother.
Yeah.
You're going about the wrong thing.
When I'm over there, just, you know.
You should be coming over here making requests.
That's what they should have said him over, you know.
So Taliban play 6:30.
Yeah, we get this thing real.
We wanna zook.
Oh boy. I have another update. It's not the best, but you know, it's not saying it's Navy related either.
Okay.
At least.
I know all updates them just be like,
Yeah, they're going downhill, man.
we're investigating still.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Yeah, that's all. Well, no, by a long time we had an update since them two press conference back to back. Well, one wasn't a press conference. One was a statement by the Prime Minister and one was a press conference.
What you was talking about?
The Prime Minister?
Mm-hmm.
The crime. You wanna know what? Yo, speaking, I don't know how this covered it, right? But I was the messenger. I tell you, I had the most vivid dream, and you were involved.
Oh, man. I'm afraid no.
No, I dreamt that we were at either my house or your house, and as you left, I went outside in the kitchen, and me and Matley was out there.
Auntie me, oh, kind of.
Yeah, she was out there having a drink with this lady who was supposed to be like me and doctor's mother or something.
Of course, me would be having a drink.
Yeah, and I was like, me, I'm going out with you, and she took a sip and she drink by. She said, well, you know, when the people just stress out, they got him answer, so they had to eat you with it, well.
Yeah.
What's happened?
Oh, boy.
And I was like, bye. This is what I said, bye. They going out the door and I see the big bus pull up, and man, it was me. And I woke up and I was like, this dream felt super real, man.
Super real, bye. Maybe they're saying that you're really gonna meet Mia.
Could be. I wouldn't mind meeting Auntie Mia.
Okay.
But yeah, the dream did show me.
Try to do it before I leave, though.
Well,
I
you
want
was in
meet.
the-
I want meet her too.
You was in the dream. Oh, no.
Yeah, I want meet her too. You wait till I leave to go meet me. Oh.
She wasn't.
Sound like a conspiracy to me.
Yeah, hopefully you do. Hopefully you do. But what I was about to talk about. Remember when we did the story about the man who was selling drugs illegally? I mean legally? Illegally. He was selling drugs. He set up a drug booth. You know? He set up a little drug stall.
Oh yes.
He died. Yeah.
And bet you it wasn't because of drugs.
It was actually. He overdosed. So.
I did not see that coming.
Neither did I. Not gonna lie.
I did see it coming.
You did? But I thought he was doing it, safely, I just assumed he was.
The drugs aren't safe. The drugs aren't safe anymore. That's the problem. That is the problem. And the problem is that instead of us saying, hey, guess what? Nothing we're doing to make people stop doing drugs. Perhaps we need to make it as safe as possible so that people don't die.
Our country actually, I forgot to look at this story, right? But
There's several countries like that, Portugal being one of the main examples.
yeah, but there's a new country, was it Scotland? That's what I recognize that criminalizing drugs, they're working and we need to take a different approach. I was like, well, yeah.
Look, criminalizing anything, right, should serve as a deterrent.
But it doesn't.
But it doesn't eliminate anything, right? It doesn't eliminate anything. Like, it should serve as a deterrent, and in some cases, out of the home, you take away. There a lot of the times they're doing it to provide for families.
For family.
So now you take perhaps the main breadwinner out of the family situation.
No, the young son have to step up to take care of the family.
No,
and
probably
they do the
probably
same
gonna
thing.
fall into the same trap, not simply because selling drugs or being involved in drugs is hereditary, but because of the low barrier to entry. You don't need any degree.
Degrees.
You don't need any years of
You
experience.
don't need to sign up.
So because of that, they fall back into it, and it's just a repeating cycle. So like for me, it's just like, come on, we got to find a better way.
We have to. We have to. But yeah, the man who opened a store selling heroin and cocaine has died from an overdose. Jerry, Lord rest his soul, by good old Jerry. Jerry Martin, 51, opened the store in Vancouver because he wanted to give people access to clean drugs and challenge Canadian drug laws.
Can you imagine that?
The man who opened the first store in Canada, openly selling tested heroin, cocaine, meth, and MDMA, has died of an overdose.
Oh, it's a nice spread there, man.
Man had variety. Okay?
That Mali probably was flying off the shelf, man.
Think so?
Vancouver, he was?
Mali team? Skeng was there.
Ah, boy, Mali team, boy.
Mali team. I pick them up.
So what? I stand to believe this man was set up there.
Yeah, I think somebody poisoned him. Conspiracy time.
Yeah.
I feel like they recognized what he was doing and they couldn't have it, so they poisoned him to prove a point.
This man was literally testing the drugs he was giving to people and then overdose.
Yeah, and overdose and fentanyl and that,
Fen-
something that he
that's-
don't even sell.
That's but you see, everything is late. That's the whole point. His thing was, he's testing it to make sure that it doesn't have, these levels of fentanyl in it. And then happen to like overdose on fentanyl, tainted drugs. Give me a break.
Come on.
Give me a break.
We know better.
They did it as a way to get the man out of here. Yeah.
They recognized they couldn't let him supply clean drugs to the people. He couldn't. No, they can't have that.
You're going against the system, brother.
Yeah.
You're going against the system, and you'll be made an example of.
Well, they said although he survived the overdose initially, he remained unresponsive in hospital, and his family eventually decided to take him off life support. Sure. He previously told Vice News he had been addicted to cocaine and had been homeless for much of his youth. Jerry believed that people were self-medicating their trauma, and so long as they were doing that, they needed safe supply to do it. He wanted to save lives, they said. And I believed him.
See, this is my thing too. If we are honest with ourselves as a society, as to the role that drugs play, then because we're able to do that, we're then able to educate people on proper alternatives. Let me ask you a question. What is the general...
What is the question, right?
No, what is it? No, you're good.
Okay.
What is the general messaging from governments that are anti-drug as to why drugs exist and why people do drugs?
Say that again?
What is the general message
From the government.
from governments, right, as to why drugs even exist and why people do drugs? What's the motivation? What did I say the motivation is?
Well, because one, they're trying to get an escape from their general
When you ever hear government say that?
or government, not the people. Why they're doing it?
Yeah, why does the government, like what the government's idea
Of people.
as to why people do drugs? Like what the
Because
government...
there's criminals.
Right. So there's this intrinsic link between drug use and criminality. And so if that is the position that you take, then you treat it as a criminal matter.
Yeah.
My thing is that people don't just do drugs because I'm just a criminal.
Never heard that yet.
You hear it from the government.
From people, I mean, the people.
So it seems as though people use it as a form of escape, whether it is they see it as being fun, feel good, whatever, or they literally self-medicating the traumas, right?
Yep.
And so to me, drug use is a public health issue.
I don't think none of this, but I think it's because...
But we don't treat it as a public health issue.
Because I feel like the bigger country, the wider world doesn't treat it as a
Well, when I say governments, I'm talking about the entire world, right? Like me talking about us here. Because I don't think when we start talking about drugs and we start talking about real serious approaches to drugs, that we really have one of those outside of cannabis, right? Like cocaine is like, if you find it, well, you'll get rid of it, and whoever had it, you'll lock them up.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't really hear a lot of, I don't hear a full government campaign against heroin.
No boy.
Or against cocaine.
There was about
or
weed.
It was about weed.
And that failed terribly.
So the fact that the governments themselves see it as a criminal issue, criminalize people that use it, then there's actually no real way to deal with the issue in a productive way, because it's the approach starts from a fallacy in the first place. So it's like me saying, Mommy, I'm trying to figure out what I should wear to this party like weekend. And my mother goes, well, you can't decide what to wear. And there you go. Because we ain't got enough oranges.
Confusion.
So like,
How do you go
so how we gonna fix this problem, like? So I just need to get you more oranges, yes. And I can fix the clothes thing, yes.
Okay. No problem.
Like it don't make sense, Jade.
None.
Like it does not
None.
make sense. And that is why I keep saying I am not a fan of even the conversations that exist around cannabis now, because they're trying to make the conversation about money. You know what, they're trying to make an argument for why we should, this is the thing. They're trying to make this argument as to why we should decriminalize marijuana, right, and cannabis. And I believe that that is the wrong approach. I don't want to hear about how much tax revenue. I don't want to hear about how much it could boost tourism. The conversation for me should be, why is it even illegal in the first place?
Yes. I agree.
And until we're having that conversation, then all what we're talking about is a waste of time.
Yeah, it's just, ain't gonna do it.
It's a waste of time.
Ain't gonna have the effect that I want it to have.
Like, because my thing is, I'll give you another example why I know this thing is ridiculous. Let's look at music festival, right? Of course, Kitishans and the Visions and the visitors that come here are generally quite cooperative. And we're quite nice people.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
You know, somebody told me that yesterday. They was like, oh my God, y'all are so nice. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. It's true. It's scary that is the reality because we know. But when you travel around, yeah, we're really actually nicer than most people.
Bye.
So, we have music festival. And there's designated smoking areas. Now,
What was it called?
high rise.
What was it? Yeah, high rise.
High rise. Right? Now, this exists all over, you know. Like, for instance, when you go to the airport, there's a designated smoking area.
Yes, there's a smokers lounge.
I don't know, but there's a smoker's lounge at the airport. And they just got a place outside with a bench, like you're gonna smoke outside.
I thought, I mean, like different, not always.
Oh, no. So, here is it. If at Music Fest or let's say at the airport, you were to find someone smoking outside of the designated area, right? I am actually quite confident that the response to that person would be different based on if they're smoking a tobacco product or they're smoking a cannabis product.
Yep.
Now, if you're really trying to say that, and not only that, you know, when you point this out, the persons feel justified. The police can feel justified, Jade. My thing is, but if we are policing this like we do, let's say, cigarettes, then why is the response to people who may not comply different between, based on what they're smoking? We far off, Jade. Like, we far off.
Bye.
It is because the mentality, the conversation, nothing what we're talking about has to do with the redemption of the actual plant itself. It's all just to do, like, I hate, you don't understand, I hate to hear these conversations about, oh, you know why? If we can't make it profitable to grow lettuce and cucumbers and tomatoes and pineapples, why all of a sudden we believe that, oh, we're going weed now, all of a sudden we just become technologically advanced and know how to be, the wastage is going to drop, and all of a sudden we know how to industrialize agriculture? Give me a break.
The weed gonna hit. The weed gonna hit.
Give me a break. It's not gonna happen.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
Definitely.
And if it does happen, it's going to happen because people who don't look like us involved.
Well, that is it. That is all.
So don't give me these talks. I don't want to hear no more talk about how this is going to be good for the economy and things. All I want to hear you say is admit to yourself that this thing should not have been illegal in the first place.
Facts.
And that what we need to do is to protect those among us in a way that the use of the plant, right, respects the rights of all people.
That's all.
So if that includes, like, hey, if you're gonna smoke or vape or whatever, then do it in designated areas. Cool. And then that means when people don't do that, there's a consequence. But the consequences need to be the same no matter what you're smoking.
Yep. But it's not. So.
If you're smoking parsley, I don't know why you would. But if you're smoking parsley,
Why?
it should be the same.
If they could smoke purple, they could smoke some parsley. If they could smoke them things that'll be a basket on your toilet.
I digress. Lock up them there.
Okay.
Yeah, lock up them there. If you're caught smoking potpourri, go jail.
Yeah.
That should be illegal.
You definitely should not be out here smoking responsibly. Because you're smoking responsibly.
Oh,
Matter of fact, you care about nothing. You care about nothing. And you is a threat to the society. So let me lock you up now.
Yep.
That'll make you eat people for your answer.
Yep.
So them they need to be.
And you just like sitting in your bathroom.
Just chilling. Smell it, make your bathroom smell good.
That'll be the thing, you know?
Like, I just want to know who does be the first person to do these things, you know? Because there has never been a time that I've been in anybody's bathroom, right? Looked at the potpourri and said, how would you say I'm going to hit in a joint by? Not once. Never.
Not even a little?
Not even a sprinkle, a seasoning, a smidget, nothing.
Yeah.
But man, out there taking out the whole basket and putting it in joint. And lighting it. Wow. Anyway, yeah. This topic will always go on because unless they fix the issues at hand and not talk about how we're going to benefit from it agriculturally, because we're not.
The culture surrounding marijuana, the way that the governments view marijuana, it needs to change. It needs to change. And we need to stop fooling ourselves. Some of our politicians up there making these arguments, some are burning the same weed.
Duh!
Some are burning the same weed. I just can't tell our constituents that because they're afraid of backlash.
You know, we're in a Christian society.
Jade, the Christian them burning weed too,
They have
Jade.
to. How they going to see the Holy Spirit? I fool, I want fool.
So let's not fool
But I is
ourselves.
not fooling
Let's
me.
not fool ourselves. The doctor them, I don't sit down with doctor burning weed.
Well, there's one doctor that doesn't admit that he does, so he ain't care about that. I need to be more like him.
The point I'm making is, Jade, we need to start, when we're making policies, to stop operating in delusion. Be quite okay with the realities that exist and move accordingly.
That's
We need to stop playing these games. We're playing too many games, man.
Facts. Well, friend, let me ask you a question, right? If you had a wife and she tried to kill you, would you forgive her?
The answer to that would be a resounding no.
Why?
I mean, I need another reason besides she tried to kill me.
I mean, love in
I
love.
need another. Love is never enough, Jade. Even between people who didn't try to murder one another. Let me tell y'all something right now. People don't want to tell y'all, this is the same thing. The same thing like marijuana, you know. Same thing like marijuana.
Start living delusion when it comes to love?
Love is not enough. If y'all walking off of love,
I thought by.
you ain't going nowhere.
You sure, you know, because I've never had a relationship work out because of love.
Look, let me tell
Yeah,
y'all.
that's why I'm single now.
Study about compatibility. Like you could love somebody that's bad for you, you know.
We've done it.
Duh.
So y'all are single. So you're like a nation full of single people.
So compatibility
That enough.
is paramount in my estimation. Right? Compatibility. Arranged marriage is working out more than somebody who may get married for love.
Why?
You know why? Because they have similar cultures, similar belief systems, and those things make it a bit easier to be able to relate to somebody and to live with somebody and have to see them daily. When y'all have similar views and thoughts and
people forget this part, you know, like
morals,
person is somebody you have to live with, you know.
ideas.
They say, you know, you go come by me today and then you go away and then it says you and me in the same house for a majority of time.
There's a general undermining of the sense of loyalty, honor. These things don't mean anything no more.
No,
Jay.
bye. It's
Like
love.
the way I hear people talk about things like divorce, like it's just nothing. Like just divorce, just divorce,
Sleeve.
just leave. I hear people literally just telling people just leave, like it's just like you just walking out your house to go down by the shop and buy some Shirley biscuit or something.
Yeah.
It's
So you go. Well,
so what is man do? Because only a man gonna be so stupid.
I still love my husband.
So he try to kill her? Oh, she should stay. If your wife try to kill you, you definitely don't forgive her. But if your husband try to kill you,
You see what man like? And essential, watch me in my face and call me toxic, you know?
Jade, because you are Jade.
Essential.
Jade, you think I'm just making these statements out of so? Jade, I know why I'm saying this, you know. But go ahead, read the article.
I still love my husband, even though he tried to kill me. Wife reveals she is forgiving jailed husband. You okay?
Yeah.
Oh. Who tried to slash her wrists in botched murder-suicide attempt after they lost their jobs during COVID and can't wait for his release.
She misses her man.
Yeah, that's she, and she's sticking beside him.
I respect the woman that murders their significant other
The
when they
murder
go
was
jail.
on them though?
That's a little different.
Oh, cause.
If a man got in jail because he was doing something to like provide for you and so, and you stick by him.
And yeah,
more
respect
power
to you. But if you stick by him and after he try to kill you,
Yeah. I was actually not serious. If anybody tries to kill you, that person should now be
that's you, just like you were about to be to them.
yes. That's a good way to put it actually.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. But why is she saying why? Because there's obviously a reason,
She
but
love him.
it's not love, Jade.
A wife whose husband was jailed for trying to kill her by slashing her wrist in botched murder-suicide attempt as the couple drowned in debt during the COVID lockdown insists she still loves him. I just tell you so.
That's what she's saying, but
She still loves him and cannot wait for him to be released from prison. Karen Sawyer,
To be
61.
a Karen, man. She's 61.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, see, this more, as more facts come to light, it makes more sense. Go ahead. Where she going again?
It's true.
Where she going again?
It's true.
Is she going to go back on the dating market at 61? Come on.
Right back in the dating market at 30 is ghetto. So imagine at 61. The option is slim. They're either dead or married.
Shit. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say about that. Prospects ain't good that if you, from the time you hit 50,
10 more years to find a man I saw. That's what you just tell me?
once you hit 50 as a woman, it's difficult.
Yikes.
It's difficult. Jade.
So you start to sell for anything?
No, I'll tell no. Difficult might be an understatement. It's probably closer to an improbable.
Huh. 20 more years.
Not impossible.
20.
But
No,
improbable.
I 31. My mother's here. I still think I'm 30. 31, I think.
You're young. You're a young woman.
No, I know I'm young, but the time running out.
Time ain't running out, Jade. Come on.
You just start till 50?
Yeah, Jade. But how much time you need to find an eligible?
Well, if I can do it in 20 years, well, 10.
No, Jade. What happened is you found, you just didn't find the right one.
Sure.
So what I'm hoping is happening is that you're learning from those failed experiences
That's
to
why I
make
think it's
wise, wiser choices.
I still think.
Anyway, yeah, when I'm 61, I could pull.
Is
pull
it?
back.
I am different.
Yes, Jade.
That's why.
Because the things that you all want from us, we continue to acquire as we get older.
Yeah. Yikes.
I'm probably going to be more eligible at 61 than I am now.
Probably.
Ain't my fault, this is what y'all want.
She was sleeping with Andrew Sawyer. She was sleeping when Andrew Sawyer came up to bed in their Towbridge, Wiltshire, to give her a cuddle before.
Jade, I understand what's going on here.
Before he slashed her wrist and said, "I'll stay with you until the end and I'll do me."
I understand what's going on.
Father of two, Sawyer, 69, that man ain't coming out of jail alive, had taken responsibility. Sorry. He's 69 in jail, I say. For attempted murder. She went as well.
No, man, he might get like, for something like that, he could get like a 3 years, 3 to. He'll probably get like 15 and then do 1 for 3. So like he'll probably get out in like 5 years or so.
Let me see if that's it. Well, yeah, the finances was in the drain, so he tried to kill her.
So she understand his mindset when he did it. No, that don't mean that.
And she was with him for 43 years.
That's what I'm saying. She ain't going nowhere, Jade.
She ain't gonna.
She ain't going nowhere. Yeah, she ain't going nowhere.
I'm trying to see how much time he got. Yeah, man, he could still be alive. He was with that 3 years thing, though. He was on point with that 3 years thing.
Tell her, Jade.
He actually got 3 years and 10 months for admitting attempted murder when he slashed his wife's wrist.
Mm-hmm. And she probably went to the hearing and was a character witness and all of that.
At the hearing.
Jade, where's she going? Where's she going? The man loved her so much he didn't want her to suffer. She has a nice smile, though.
Yeah, she has a nice smile. Yeah. Let me show you the husband. If this article would load up. They just show, yeah.
Yeah, man. And you see, that's the difference. We could find somebody.
Yeah, he definitely could find somebody.
Yeah, he could definitely find somebody.
She
She has found who she needs.
She needs a Jamaican man. A Jamaican man will fix her right up. Yeah, this is the type. She still got prospects. And she got, so she got to take a trip to the land of sunshine and what?
Not saying anything. In sunshine and wood.
That's what she's going to look for.
Sunshine, okay.
Nope. That's exactly what she's going to look for. Listen, Messiah, 3 years, he can be about 69, 70 stuff.
Let's serious it out for a second, though.
How?
No, because the thing is, the actual situation is here is a man that feels so Without
Out-
hope.
Out of options.
Without hope. Another bit of thing with me too, with like people who choose to like end their own lives, right? It's like, what type of despair?
You in for you to do that?
And to me, that's sad. That's what we're sad about.
Yeah, man. And not even your life alone. He was like, we both going. Because me want to live without you, me want you to live without me. We ain't
No,
money.
because he what it seems like to me is that he knew he couldn't handle it anymore. And he knew that once he left, that she would be left with the burden of everything.
Yeah.
She would have to deal with the debt. She would have to deal with the funeral arrangements. She'd have to deal with the talking people around saying whatever. And I think despair drove him to make such a tragic decision. No, probably should be in jail for more than 3 years.
Probably. But
At least he got a good man waiting on him.
at least, you know, she said, I ain't going left me, man. Make you what he do me. This is what y'all say, y'all want people to stick by you. Perfect example.
I think, no, because you have to understand too, bear in mind, she's his wife. They seem to have a
Of
close...
49, well, they're together for 49 years.
So they seem to have a close relationship. So what I suspect is, your wife to be the one who, as a man, you're going to when...
You got a problem.
You got yeah, so she knew that he's a man. He probably out there trying to find work.
Try his best.
The bills come in. He probably telling her, babe, I cannot. She's the one who get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and he just up staying at the roof because he can't sleep. Like yeah, watch here. Your significant other doesn't know, you know.
That does not. That is what Billy wants to go
Watch.
through all of it with you.
As a man, right? Like, let me tell you something. As a man, right? As a man, you don't have the luxury, right? You don't have the luxury of not having the answers. Like, when you don't have the answers, it is the most, like, confusing. You're just lost. Like, as a man, when you say you got a man there and he got bills where he don't know where the money coming from, like, I think that'll play different on a man's mind, you know.
Listen, there's a lot of stories that I've seen and read about men killing their wives just to hide the fact that they're in debt, you know? Killing their whole entire family just
You know why? You know why? Because it speaks to your failure
as a man.
as a man. Like, if you are a man who understands that your purpose in life is to provide and protect, and you can't do either or,
Yeah.
like then you're lost. Like, as a man, you're lost now. I
Yep.
tell you, a man without purpose is one of the saddest things in life. Yeah, a man without purpose. Yeah, a man who don't know what he should be doing and not doing anything. That is a sad state. Yeah, it's one of the most depressing things to look at.
Bye. Trust me. I rough. But, you know, best of luck to them and, you know, hope they could rekindle this back when he comes out. I mean, she planned to.
Yeah.
Imagine she wait all the time and he come out and he leave her. Bye. Now she go in jail for attempted murder.
Oh man, but no, it's crazy, Jade. It's crazy,
Yeah.
like what people out there dealing with.
Trust me.
I tell you, got people right here. I tell you, I got some people, I don't know how they're holding it together.
You mean me now? You talking about me? Yeah, I feel like you're talking about me because I don't even know how I hold it together, you know. By the grace of God.
Man,
And a lot of people in the same position, a lot of people just...
Jade, right now, every day, I don't think, it's been a long time since I've heard people complaining the way they're complaining.
No, you're out here for you, eh?
I don't understand, like,
Big business, small business, everybody.
from the top to the bottom.
Same complaints.
From the top to the
No
bottom.
money moving, no money in society, no spending happening, crime.
What going on? Like, what going on? What really going on? What really going on?
I don't know. But whoever needs to fix it, I need them to fix it immediately.
What really going on, Jade?
Because we can't continue like this, eh?
What is the plan?
Yeah, let's...
Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that there are global factors that are at play. There are global factors that are at play. And I also understand that for most people, what they want is cash in hand. What they want is something tangible. right? But me personally, what I need right now,
No.
as a citizen, is just I need some clarity on what
And
the
what
plan
happened?
and the plan, not what happening.
Oh,
I know what
and
happening.
what going to what needs to happen?
How are we going to fix it? How are we going to fix it? Right? And this isn't even a strike. Like I'm not on the government, you know.
No.
I'm talking like as a society, as businesses. If you don't work, if you're one of the 2.4 people who don't work for the government in St. Kitts Nevis,
And for the people in here right now.
okay. If you're the one person who's not in the studio right now who don't work for the government, I understand you're looking at your employer and trying to figure out one if they got a plan for how we're gonna increase like profits moving forward because they're looking at raise. I can understand the conversation happening.
Yeah, understandable, but you can't really have the conversation right now because
Now is the time to have it, Jade. Now is the time to have it. If you can't have it now, then when again?
when money starts to win.
No, but how the money gonna run? You have to have a plan.
Sure.
Now is the time to have the conversation so the money could start running.
Sure.
Like
By rough.
I don't
It is
know.
rough.
And it's been a while since I've heard like such widespread.
Me too, boy.
Like it seemed like everybody got the same kind of thought. And it rough. So I just need to know what's the plan. So I don't want to hear the usual like vague things because you could always shout the keywords, eh?
Yeah.
Economic recovery, spark economic activity, right? And then you could always throw in the two things that can always like, well, the three things that are gonna make it seem like as though it's an endless well of money that we just need to tap into. Next year, tourism season, we already.
CBI.
Decision by investment fund has been. We are aiming to increase agricultural yield by. Like I don't want to hear them things there.
No.
I don't want to hear them things there. I want to hear plans. And I don't blame. Again, I'm not blaming the government because I believe it's us. I believe it's us, the people. I keep saying every election come, we let the politicians determine the narrative. I don't want you to tell me what's important to me. Why is it that we allow them to do this nonsense every single election cycle? I don't understand.
And then complain about
What
it.
needs to happen is you come to my community, whether that goes by constituency. I think constituency is too wide for that. You come to my community, and we as a community, we tell you these are the things that we need.
I think that
You have X amount of months to come with your proposals as to how you intend to make this happen. And we're not only looking for what the plan is, we're looking for timelines and how you intend to fund it.
Okay.
Right? And guess what? We're asking your competition too. And we will make decisions as a community based on whose proposals
Is the best.
seem more viable. Not the best one. Which one seem more viable?
And we ain't doing this thing based on popularity no more.
I don't want to.
Popularity don't get nowhere.
No. And I want you to hear what your opposition said. So I keep saying the town hall meetings weird to me. Town hall meetings are weird
Why?
thing to me. Because what the town hall meeting is arranged by the politicians to come and talk to me about the things that they think important to me. No, we call the town hall meeting and invite you.
Yeah.
We are the town. You come to our hall. But for that to happen, that we need to organize. And we need to organize, Jade. And we are too caught up in our own things. We're too caught up in, well, we really need to invite Miss Matty because Miss Matty just buys herself a small little Suzuki Swift. Or we ain't got the thing because she just sent she's son college. But she
Immediately too.
To get hyper local. When I say hyper local, I'm talking bring it right down to my village. That's the way we need to approach politics from now on. Get hyper-local. And let the hyper-local determine the national agenda.
Yeah.
Because what's happening now is everything coming from the top down and the top ain't now going on. And because we want the ones who put the agenda on the table, then you have all right to change it as you feel.
Yeah.
We have all right to change it as you feel. Because you are the one who set the agenda in the first place. So if I want to change it, I change it.
True.
So when I come and tell you all that, oh yes, we're focusing on the education system, but then we want to focus now on the CBI, I want to focus on the thing. Well, who is you to have X? Is me decide where we're going in the,
Exactly.
Is me determine where we're going anyway.
True.
But when you come to me and say, what do you need? And I say, this is what I need. And you say, okay, I'll give it to you. And you don't give it to me. Well, I got all rights now to get on your...
That's a different ball game, yeah.
It's like I keep saying people, oh, we elect people, and then they tell us they're going to do this, and then they don't do it. I said, that's life. I said, that's life. What you ask them to do for you?
And we've been having the same problem since politics been involved in the country, so like, you know, I don't know what y'all say.
We need a paradigm shift, Jade.
Yeah.
We need a paradigm shift.
I mean, we keep saying that we need one, but it never happens, so I don't know.
Yeah, because we don't organize. We don't organize. Two things. Get hyper-local with the way we approach politics, and take away the focus on individuals and put the focus on institutions. Empowering institutions that are bipartisan, that have input from persons from across the political sphere, and persons that are, of course, competent.
A very important word right there.
Competent in the positions that they're in. Like that's to me, that's a good place to start.
I think that's would be common sense, but you know.
That's a good place to start.
That's not what we're dealing with here, so.
Stop focus. Don't tell me about who is a good man. Yes, I understand he's a good man.
Who do all of these things for me party, and who was out there making the most noise, and who
don't come tell me about who it is bring us out of slavery. Now, let's be honest, Jade. We are black people from the Caribbean who are traditionally poor. We will be labor. Right? We will be labor. All the Caribbean countries. Don't fool ourselves. We are poor black people from the Caribbean. We're going to be labor. Right? And so what generally happens, and this is why I don't like the fact, again, delusional. What does happen in all these countries is that when you see another party or coalition or whatever take power, what that is, it's just a reset. When the Labour parties them start screwing up, then we elect somebody and they come in for another 5 to 7 years. If you're lucky, we do 10. And then the Labour Party come back in for another 30 years.
Yeah.
So don't try, we need to stop fooling ourselves. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right? But guess what? The resets could happen as we need them to happen if we hold them accountable. And the only way we're able to hold them accountable is by being clear about what our demands, needs, and wants are.
Yep.
Simple. So, until we're able to organize and come together as a people and not come together as party, then we're screwed. I'm feeling happy today.
And I sleep. I am fighting people like 8 people in a minute, lad.
I'm actually not sleepy today. I think I'm just excited to be back. I'm just excited to be back.
Yeah, I think so too. I think.
Yeah.
Please. Woo!
Good catch.
Don't mess up with good Caribbean boots.
Good
And
catch.
listen, I had a couple of these yesterday, right? Delicious.
Yeah. You was having Clifton, you was having Carib.
Yeah, well, you know, it happened because Carib Star was right next to me, so me and Sheldon was just, you know.
Vibes.
Yeah, vibing out.
Yeah, big up Sheldon one time.
Yeah, good people.
Sippers. But yeah, I don't even know we get on the politics talk.
Not of me, but I was just letting you cook.
We're talking about drugs. Let's go back on drugs.
Hello, it's 10:15 a.m.
Yeah, time to head out.
Time to go.
Oh, it's good being back, Jade.
Yes.
It's good being back. I'm happy.
Yeah, you'll be back for the rest of the month. Well,
Yeah,
almost.
for the rest of the month, yeah.
Because we're going end of the month.
Tola
Tola.
in the UK.
Can we bring your back, no friend? Many no visa for both.
You're right. Oh, yeah, let's talk about the Canadian.
I think so.
Yeah, I was watching that show, yeah. I think you and Jacinta had that conversation. Yeah. Hey, a big shout out to all the guest hosts that guest hosted while I was out not hosting. Big up yourself, man. Really appreciate it. We might gotta give Mono his own show.
Watch you.
We might have to give Mono his own
And
show.
I for it, you know. What are we gonna name it?
There are plenty of options. Cackle with cattle.
You're so stupid. Cackle with cattle, I'm done.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, that would be a hit.
Cackle with cattle, boy. Yeah, boy. Let me hear that one there. Have to go on there.
Big up mother one time.
Yeah,
man.
boy.
Hey, where he be today? But I need some coconut water. You
To
coconut
wash,
water?
to wash out your hat?
What?
Clean out your hat?
No, man, my hat clean, man.
But that's what the coconut water name.
Clean hat?
Clean off your hat, jelly water.
Clean off your hat, jelly water. Wow. Yo, I tell you, we're the most creative people in the Caribbean.
Definitely.
The Caribbean is a wonderful place.
Somebody said the cattle show.
The cattle show.
The cattle show with cattle.
One more little rant before we go. I'm going to make it short.
Go ahead, friend.
But it's more like a question,
You know, help
actually.
me up with that one there.
It's more like a question, actually.
Go ahead.
What the deal is with anybody else realizing that the animals them running wild again?
Then that's something, you know? Because remember a lot of these orcas been sinking boat, the shark them been attacking people.
No. Look, we had a serious problem with animals on the road, particularly the cattle in the evening, right? It got better. Like, there was always, you're going to see the goats them going home every afternoon. You see the sheep them going home every afternoon.
As they should.
But it seemed like to me, like, even those, I just seen them more. Little Friday night, Saturday night. Hey, I just saving people on the road here.
Again?
I driving coming up the Kim Collins Highway. And because I try to be mindful and drive with care and due care and attention,
Yeah.
I was able to see some cattle coming from, you know, that little area there. That's the little, they have the little table, picnic tables and thing next to the Taiwanese thing, Kim Collins Highway. They basically drive off. So there's some cattle, I don't know if they were like hanging out by the picnic tables or what.
Having lunch, you know.
Yeah, well, dinner, it was late.
Oh, okay.
Right? I see these cattle coming. So I slow down, I put on my flashers, because that's what I do. So I slow down to let the cattle pass because, of course, if I hit them, nothing can happen to them, but my vehicle will be
Gone, right off.
right off. So, put on my flashers. There's a car coming in the opposite direction. Nah, slow down. So I literally walk out, this person gonna collide with these things. So I literally start like flashing my blinkers and turn my vehicle like on their side. Now people might say that might have been dangerous that I drive my vehicle over on their side, but the truth is I wasn't worried because had they collided with the cattle, they wouldn't have made it to my vehicle. So I figured there was a pretty cool barrier that would protect me in the event that the person still ran into the cattle. So I literally pull my vehicle over on the other side of the road, and then like they eventually stopped, right? So now the cattle pass, I kind of come back, realize what's going on. The person looks to be maybe a student. The person seemed like their ancestors were from the mountains of Caucasus.
They were quite white.
Right. So I said maybe they didn't understand.
That if you hit one of these, yo. But they're supposed to know.
No, but maybe they don't know that when you see somebody stop and put on the flashers, that means you need to exercise caution as well.
Because something happening up here.
Something going on up here, you need to be aware of.
Yeah.
So, but what I've been realizing is recently, the cattle them just come out with a vengeance. I don't know if it's like people ain't eating beef as much.
They see the monkey revolt, so they said again in on this.
Oh. And the problem will be when you hit one of these cattle, they ain't gonna own it.
Nope.
They ain't gonna own it. So I don't know who, I guess that's agriculture.
Ministry of Agriculture.
I do know they had made real attempts to get some of these cattle, but whatever programming got to be done because
they're coming back in.
Look, the sheep, the goats, the what I'm seeing around too bad right now is them wild hog.
Yeah.
The wild hog them at one point them was just terrorizing neighborhoods.
But yeah, I remember one time me and Andrew hit one.
You ready to say I hit it because watch it, when you hit them there, you would mash up everything and them they're just watching you like what am I
Flicking me.
Hey, yo, some of them they're big like cattle and all.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm feeding how I well hug them by. I will pay people.
Wow.
No, the hug they eat people, yeah?
No, they don't eat anything.
Yeah, exactly.
That is what I am afraid of them things. Them eat anything, Jade.
Yeah.
Plastic, people, other hog.
Other hug. The man ain't partial, yeah.
But yeah, so let me put it this way. The cattle them they're flourishing. They're flourishing right now.
Flourishing a what you call it? Frolicking?
Yeah, so whoever is in charge of that, please take a look into it. And if I'm just mistaken and it was just like an anomaly for the last few weeks, then y'all could let me know.
I doubt that.
But it does seem like as though whatever was put in place to encourage or incentivize farmers to keep
The livestock?
the livestock in check ain't happening no more because them they're wilding. They're wilding. But anyway.
The wild animals wilding.
Yeah,
That's
the
true.
wild animals. Well, no, them there's domesticated animals. They're trying to wild out. I don't know if they're listening to Lucas outside again.
The animals them blocking out. Literally.
Outside again, literally by. Outside again by.
Well
What a
said.
road match. But guys, it has been a pleasure.
It
hanging out
has,
with you
and
guys.
welcome back, friend.
Thank you so
I
much.
missed you. The sippers missed you too.
Yeah, they've been telling me.
Yeah, the way you say, I look like a breakfast. Not a snack, a breakfast.
Witty, you have no idea how much I appreciate the ego strokes that you give me daily. I miss that.
I was about to do something wildly inappropriate.
Ego,
man.
Jade, ego.
Oh
strokes.
my God, let me come go
Ego
here,
strokes,
yeah,
Jade.
because Azem, I was about to do something super inappropriate. Like,
Jade, you know.
worse than that.
Wow. If this is.
And men say, you know, you got to be bad. Kind of, I don't just say anything.
Oh man, but guys, it has been a pleasure, and I really do appreciate you guys showing us your support. The sippers, big up the Kingsters one time. All the people who listening for the first time, please welcome back. If this was your last time listening,
Hey,
eh,
so you go.
you're lost. but guys, yeah, we're gonna be back here all week. Make sure you log in. Make sure you share with a friend. Remember, we have Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you like our Instagram,
We have TikTok.
as well. So yeah, be sure to continue doing what you guys have been doing so well, which is just supporting the show. Supporting Sugar Factory and SipNchat.
Indeed.
But alas, we gotta leave, we gotta go, we gotta disembark, we gotta disappear, we gotta get out of here.
Yep.
And of course, please remember guys, to spend more time living your content than posting it.
Please.
I saw some videos from this weekend that did need to be posted.
Ben right over.
Oh boy.
Where's the Pumpa? Is the new girl fam? He want to go a Akai position?
I don't know what Pumpa is, but he fostering some, watch here, wild animals running wild all over. Wild animals, they got the cows on the highway and then they got the cockroaches on the stage.
Amy says so. I'm glad I see Amy says so.
Jade, you can't tell me it wasn't a bunch of cockroaches just...
Stop! What would you buy?
That's what it look like. You know, you flit a cockroach and the cock up in the back and just... Die what?
Mate, you see I close my car, was it?
Jade, you can't... So you haven't seen a resemblance?
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. The women on the stage were gyrating.
Who said, oh, you see, you're talking, you see? I ain't talking about look, I'm talking about a specific action.
Oh.
The one that resembles when you flit a cockroach. If that doesn't apply to you, then I'm not talking to you.
I can't Taj Bombos in abundance. This is an interview with Taj?
Yes. But I think Taj and all would have been a bit...
Hesitant?
No, Jade, because there was a lot of things in abundance, Jade.
Wrap up the show. Immediately.
Yeah, that's your cervix. Oh, sorry, but anyway.
Oh, God.
Anyway, let's go.
Oh, God.
So yeah, guys, we gotta leave, we gotta go, we gotta disembark, we gotta disappear. And again, appreciate you so much for all the support. And it has been live right here. So yes, spend more time living your content than posting it. And remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow.
Indeed.